And, hey, welcome back, guys, to the Vols for Life podcast. Thanks so much for joining us today. Bob, we're about halfway through the season. 5 games in. Maybe we're a third of the way because we might be playing 15 or more games this year. Who knows?
I sure hope so.
But, we're going to kind of look to see what we've done well this year and what we've done not as well. We could do better on.
Right.
And, you and I were talking. You'd seen something about if you could choose a player off of a former UT team to stick on this team to fix an issue or two, who would it be? And I think we'll get into that first. Get your guys' opinion. Kind of go down memory lane here and see who we can not forget, who we can come up with. And then after that, we will actually get into what this team does need to do with the guys it has on the team.
Right.
Moving forward to get us to those 15, 16 games, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I think this is kind of a fun thing to do. I mean, it's interesting. But, one thing we saw is on a message board, so I was just going to throw out some of the names that was thrown out. And, you choose whoever, but and I thought, they might be interesting discussion. On the defensive side, let's just start on the defensive side.
Because I would say that's where we
need the most help, right?
Yeah.
I seen, Reggie White, seen Eric Berry, John Henderson, Al Wilson, Dale Carter, Cam Sutton. Seemed like there might have been one or two more. Somebody like Leonard Little, you can hardly not.
Some players are going to be great on any defense, obviously. Right. But we know where this team needs it, though, Bob.
Right.
And right now, more than anywhere else, it appears to be safety and defensive tackles through the first 5 games, right, I would say. So if we kind of zoned into those two, who would you be picking?
Okay. And I tell you what, anytime you think of a list like this right here, it's difficult, man. I mean, and that's why I think it's fun, because I think we'll have some different answers, because there's really no, there's a lot of right answers. I ain't going to say there's no wrong answer, because, there is a wrong answer. Well,
I know I've changed my mind about 4 times just on my defensive personnel.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And and the offense is even harder, if you ask me. But for me, this was a tough one between 3 players. For me, was Reggie, Eric Berry, and Dale Carter, and I'm going to go with Dale Carter. And the reason why is because we're super thin all throughout the secondary. And you got Carter can play corner. He was a Pro Bowl at corner in the NFL, All-American at UT at safety. And I don't know if anybody's ever been that could have built any better for the nickel spot than Dale Carter. A guy, run support guy, and could cover. So, I mean, that's why I picked Dale, because he could play safety for us or corner until McCoy gets back.
Yeah, probably slide over to the nickel.
Yeah.
To the star position.
And then we put him at safety whenever McCoy gets back. Or if we have an injury, he goes wherever you need him. That's why I picked him over Berry, because I feel like they're pretty close.
Well, they are super close. I mean, and look, I believe Eric could have played corner at UT.
Right. Right.
I don't think he was an all-pro corner in the NFL type ability, though.
Right. And I agree with that. And that's the thing. We know what, in my opinion, that's why I picked Dale Carter, because we know what he did. We know he was a Pro Bowl at corner and an All-American at Tennessee at safety. So he did it. I think Eric Berry would be very good at corner, or a nickel. I just don't know how good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think he'd be great either. But right. I will say this. If you ask me overall, who can normally come in and play more positions, like you said, I'll go with you on Dale.
Right.
And I'm not going to say that Eric's my pick yet.
Right.
But for someone who wanted to argue Eric, I would have no problem with that, simply because I believe he would get downhill into the running game better than Dale did. And I'm not saying Dale was awesome. I mean, he light you up.
Yeah, light you up.
But Irk, I think, was better in run support.
Right. And I think he was a more sure tackler.
Yes. And this defense not only does it need some help back there at the safety spot, it also has been needing some help in the run defense. So I think he's a slightly better fit just for that reason.
Yeah, it was a tough decision for me because, like you said, Tim, I kind of
You can't go wrong with either one of those.
I kind of think if we're putting, I think Eric Berry might be here above Dale Carter as far as the safety goes. It was just Dale's.
The versatility he brings with the injuries we've had at corner.
Right.
Then he gets a lot over if he needs.
And that's one reason why I like Reggie too, because Reggie could play defensive tackle, he could play defensive end. The guy was 300 and running about a 4.55, 4.6 40, super strong. I mean, he could be an elite defensive tackle, elite defensive end. I mean, so
excuse me.
But that was the reason why I picked that. Another player that one person brought up, which I don't know if you want. I guess he would more be an offensive guy. We'll slip on over to the offense.
Well, before you do that, let me grab my defensive player.
Oh, yeah, you hang it. Yeah, that's right.
Since I'm not going to disagree with you on the safety spot, although I do kind of, this is probably more just to pick another different person because I probably would have went safety actually, but that may have been Eric.
Right.
But I'm going to kind of reiterate what you was talking about, Reggie. Normally, you need defensive tackle. We know Big John's defensive tackle, Hainsworth defensive tackles. Right. So many good defensive tackles during the late 90s and early 2000s we could choose from. But, I mean, you can't go wrong with White simply because, like you said, at UT he played basically technically a defensive tackle because we ran a three-man line. But, I mean, he played end because we ran a three-man line, but in reality he was a defensive tackle kind of at UT.
Yeah.
Of course, he went to the pros, and when he was in Philadelphia, he basically lined up at all four spots, although mostly at defensive end.
Right.
But Reggie would have gave you the push inside like a John Henderson would have. But I just think he was stronger at the point of attack than even John was, which is crazy to think about because John was incredible.
Reggie, in my opinion, the best defensive lineman ever played the game of football.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's why it was so hard. How do you not take the best defensive lineman ever to play the game of football and put on this team?
Yeah.
So that's why it's not a hard not to pick him. So it'd be close. I don't know.
Yeah.
But and then, by the way, we are basing this off of players we saw. So if you saw.
Well, some of you guys never made it that far back.
Right.
And some of you guys have made it 40 years farther behind us.
Right, yeah.
You may take a Doug Atkins or you may take a Jesse Mahalana, depending on your time frame.
Right.
But going over the offense now, Bob, it's a little bit more difficult because, to be quite honest about it, I don't think there's as many holes on offense that jumps out at you.
Right. A name that was most people wouldn't pick that I thought was interesting was, it would be a kicker because that would put us at undefeated right now if we had a really good kicker. Maybe, like you mentioned, Fuad Reveiz. That might, to me, that's probably the best one during our time frame.
And we've had a lot of good ones.
We've had a lot of good ones. But you got, to me, I think you need a number 2 wide receiver, kind of. That's kind of a need. Not sure on the offensive line. I mean, do we move Purry in and Sanders out to tackle? Do we need?
Well, we probably will, but up to this point in the season,
do we need a mauler? I mean, run blocking's not been as good as I'd hope. So maybe you grab the best center you ever had, which I'm not sure who that would be. I don't know, Scott Wells maybe, or Fred Weary, Cozy Coleman at guard. I mean, Fred Weary, Cozy Coleman at guard.
Guard spots. Well, if you want to go on the interior offensive line, then there's certainly a lot to choose from.
Right.
But is that the weakest spot on this offense? I mean, really, it starts out with identifying the weak spot on this offense.
Right. And, on the offensive side, I mean, would you take? I mean, I know Joey's doing good, but I mean, Peyton would light up all these wide open guys. I mean,
He would eat you up.
just like with Reggie, how do you not pick possibly the best player
At his
at
spot.
his spot? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
But what about a more mobile quarterback? Since we have the game is geared toward that now.
right. I mean, somebody like Heath Schuler would be fantastic in this offense.
In today's game, Heath would be outstanding.
It would. I mean, he could run. He was very mobile for that time frame, and had the cannon and to throw it to that sideline throws we like to do and throw it deep. I mean, he would be really good. So I'll let you start this time, Tim, on who you would take on the offensive side.
Well, first off, I don't see a glaring hole, which is
Right.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
I do see a need at several things. I need to see a need at another wide receiver that's consistent.
Yeah.
Because we've got a couple more that's good, but consistent from Brazzell. Maybe, and of course, if we pick a wide receiver, we probably actually make Brazzell probably our number 2 guy,
Right.
because we've got so many great ones. And I'm like you too. I could see an interior offensive lineman, because that's never a bad thing. Bob, I'm kind of going running back, even though I think we've got 3 good ones. Star Thomas has been outstanding.
Right.
I want to go running back, and although there's a couple out there, several out there really, that you could choose from.
Oh, yeah.
You know, from your Kamaras to your
Charlie Garner.
Charlie Garners, Chuck Webb,
Chuck Webb.
Jamal Lewis, Travis Henry,
Right. Cobb.
Cobb.
There's a lot of
I mean, the list goes on. I'm just throwing a handful out there, and I'm leaving
Right.
2 handfuls off the list.
and I mean, we've had some
Yeah.
good ones there.
But that said, I know we're not running as wide splits as we have been,
Mhm.
but we still run a lot of wide splits in getting that light box. And I would just have to say, with a light box, give me a 235-pound Jamal Lewis that will truck you and then outrace you to the end zone.
Right.
I just think that in this offense, his skill set translates over.
It would be a nightmare as a defensive coordinator to face somebody like Jamal Lewis when you've got the wide splits. I mean, what do you do? Do you protect the middle of the field and put your wide receivers?
Well,
Single
honestly, that's what
coverage.
you're probably doing. You're probably having this single coverage.
Yeah,
All
I think
the
you
time.
work one high safety with single coverage. I think that's what you're going to have to do. I
Because
mean,
you're going to have 7 in the box, period.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 if he's.
I mean that's
if he
a
gets
good
rolling.
out of a good pick. I think Tim. Like you said, not necessarily a weakness on this team, but I think he would make this team a lot better.
fits the offense, I think.
Right. For me, this was hard. I mean, on defense, I had like 3 guys.
Offense.
Offense is about
30.
7 or 8. Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Carl Pickens, because I feel like Matthews has done okay. He's just not consistent. Staley's has shown flashes.
Just not consistent.
Not consistent. But man, Carl Pickens to me, I mean, he's another guy who could do it all. And he was just a great all-around wide receiver, and I think that's what we kind of need. I think, and that would make this offense harder to stop.
We'll make it about possible. Let me go a little. Two more things, guys, on this right here.
Okay.
If you could only pick one player instead of one for each side,
Right.
who would you pick? Because I'm going to give you mine.
Just one player?
Just one player.
I think it'd probably be the defensive side. I'd have to go with Del Carter.
I'm going Carl Pickens.
If you play both.
He could play both.
That's true.
He was all conference as a safety.
That's true. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Now, he's not great in run
he had a
support.
small sample as a DB, but man, that sample was tremendous. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, all conference as a freshman at the safety spot.
Yeah. I mean, we
And of
had
course-
some talent on. I mean, you just think Pickens and Carter was on the same team briefly, was they not?
Oh, they were, yeah.
I mean, 2 of the best pure football players we've ever had down there at the same time. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we had plenty to go along with them too.
Oh yeah, we did.
The talent of those early 90 teams.
Yeah, talking about a JUCO hall back in, I think that was 89 or
89, 90, 91. They all flow into my mind now. All jumbled up.
But man, you had Del Carter in that recruiting class.
Chuck Smith,
Mims. And you had, I want to say, another safety that was pretty good. Thomas. It didn't do a whole lot here,
and then went and played
for, I think, Giants
for
Dave
many
Thomas,
years, wasn't it?
I think it was Dave Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, not bad guy, you know what I mean? That was a heck of a haul for a JUCO class, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we actually got a defensive tackle, too, that his name escapes me right now. But
Wasn't Franklin, Braille Franklin?
No, years later. That's a decade later.
Okay.
Or maybe not a decade, but it was a lot later.
I don't know why I'm thinking.
Now, this guy right here, I always think of him because he had a quote that I thought was pretty. Of course, I can't even remember it now, but he was bad-mouthing Alabama before he ever played a game, and I thought, I like this kid.
Yeah, that'll make you like him.
Yeah. We got to keep her. But yeah, so that's one person. But let me go with one more thing, Bob.
Okay, sure.
And we will keep this short, but some other guys. I would like to say, if we couldn't get the stars, the big name stars,
right?
And you just had to get the next tier down,
right?
Anybody just jump out at you?
Give me your who you got, because that way it might be give me a better idea of what you're talking about.
Okay, somebody like a J.C. Mahalana, who's was a stud. Pure stud in Tennessee Tennessee, but he's not in the Mount Rushmore of defensive linemen for UT.
Right. Yeah.
Or like Ernie and Bernie or Franklin or
Boo Moore
Boo Moore,
Billy Ratliff, or and I'm okay. You might have to help me out here.
If you expect me to remember a name, you're screwed.
Who was we had a massive defensive tackle. McCullers?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be who you might need, because I feel like at defensive tackle, we need a big body, because we got some 280, 290 guys. But
So add 100 pounds.
Yeah. Right. We need somebody.
In a foot.
Yeah. We need somebody who's massive, who just can't be pushed out of the way on that defensive tackle spot right now.
Well, I promise you one thing. That's an intimidating man to line up against.
Yeah, you need because he kind of reminds me of Vince Wilfork that played for Patriots forever.
He reminds me of Clinch Mountain. That's what he reminds me of, because he was about as big as Clinch Mountain.
Massive dudes. I mean, that's fun. Remember, guys, put that in the comments who you would pick.
Yeah.
Because to me,
everybody's got a different age.
Oh, yeah.
So who have you seen,
Yeah, I mean, you got like you said before, I mean, you might get, what's his name? That's one of the top defensive linemen ever back in the...
Oh, Doug Atkins?
Yeah, Atkins, back in the, 60s? 50s? 60s? I'm not sure, that's before my time. But
I was almost alive.
Yeah, great player. One of the best ever. A lot of people have him in the top 6, 7, 8 players, defensive lineman of all time. I mean,
well, he was an athletic freak.
Not tall, dude, like 6'7", wasn't he?
Something like that. 6'7", 6'8", high jumped.
Yeah.
Just ran over people.
And from everything I heard, just a nasty, kind of guy. Tough.
Didn't want to make the man mad.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But there's a lot to choose from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now let's get back to reality for a second, since we can't grab a time
living
machine
in a fairy tale.
Yeah, can't get that time machine and pull these people up.
Right.
We are who we are.
Right.
So let's discuss that, Bob. So far, let's start out with defense. Defense been disappointing.
Absolutely been a bit disappointing. But I will say, most of it's tied to injuries. we've had a lot of injuries on that side. I mean, we have had basically our two best players, you could say, as far as NFL concerns.
Well, going into the season.
Into the season.
Yeah, I'm not sure Hood hasn't passed Jackson.
Right.
I mean, Gibson.
Yeah. Hood would be up there now. Matter of fact, some people's got him projected first round now. So, I mean, that's...
But, I mean, seriously, though, we brought in, was bringing back All-American cornerback, first round pick, and another guy who was probably going to leave early for the draft too. I mean, First off, when's that ever happened to UT? I mean, corners have not been a strength.
Right.
A lot of things corners have not been. And to lose them both basically within, a quarter of play out of Gibson maybe, and that was it. I mean, normally that would have been...
And then you have, get hit hard at defensive tackle.
Yeah, after we got lost
a lot
at defensive tackle, we're like, well, we still got some players if we can stay healthy.
Right.
And immediately did not stay healthy.
Yeah, you lose 2 out of your 3 for the first part of the season. So, luckily, going into Arkansas, it looks like we will get Hobbs back. Then Moy should be 2 weeks healthier.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a lot of people banged up. I feel like, I know Nathan Robinson, I think, is banged up some at defensive tackle. You've got Eason, who I feel like does not have like a lot of injury, but like...
Look, he's had a lot of snaps.
A lot of snaps.
He's banged up.
So you got a lot of people that's banged up. Aaron Carter banged up.
Turf toe. He needs time. He needs time off that toe.
So really, we just need this open date comes at a good time. You get him back. Looks like McCoy looking more like it won't be Arkansas.
But soon.
I'm hoping the next week. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and I'm not ruling out Arkansas yet. I seems like they've been ultra conservative.
Yeah. He wants to play. That's the thing out there. I reckon he wants to play, and to me, that's the biggest thing. So we'll see when the medical, staff clears him.
Yeah. Now, it also comes at a good time, Bob, because even regardless of injuries, we've not done a good job of setting the edge. We've not done a good job of some small things. And we during the season, man, yes, you're trying to fix these things, but you're also trying to just, game plan for another team.
Yeah.
And this week, we've had an opportunity to say, the game plan for us,
right.
to get that defense right.
Yeah.
So that comes at a good time.
Yeah. It's much needed time.
So both physically and mentally, I think we're going to see an improvement coming out of bye week on defense.
And I think it's a good time for the bye week because, man, you're fixing to play an Arkansas team that you don't know what you're getting. So it might take a little bit more time for the coaches to actually dig into what they think they will see.
I promise you, the analysts on the squad, all those guys, sometimes behind the scenes, you never talk about, have earned their money this week looking at so many potentialities for what Arkansas will bring both offensively and particularly defense to the season.
Yeah.
Pretty much got rid of everybody
right.
on defense.
Yeah, I mean, there ain't no telling what they'll come out there with. And, we just got watched, I'm not sure the score, the games are going on right now, but UCLA obviously a lot better, losing their coach this week. So
that was kind of addition by subtraction. Foster.
The
only thing I'm sure is he knows where UCLA is located. It's in Los Angeles.
Right.
He doesn't know where his next job will be, though.
Right, and I'm sure it's not a head coach. I'm pretty sure of that.
Oh, yeah.
You're talking about Ballman, man. How do you get rid of a Joey to get Nico?
What did they want? Nico?
And overpaid.
Today.
Yeah, now Nico looked good today.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree.
But I agree with you. So what we've seen so far in the season, I will say Nico started out the year really, really bad. He's shown some flashes the last few weeks, and today, from what I saw, he was doing much better.
Much better.
It's the team around him that's really bad. He went to he made a horrible decision, and I believe I'm like you. I believe Foster made a bad decision too because mentally Joey's ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Don't have the raw talent. You don't. I think today Nico pulled off a 52-yard run. I doubt we ever see Joey do that.
Right. Yeah, he did quite a bit of running today. I think he had like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
He's done a bunch the whole year.
Yeah.
He's been their leading rusher.
Right.
But now that said, on offense, Bob, where are we going?
Where are we going?
Yeah, what's been our issue, and what do we need to do better? Are we going to be able to do better? Is there any reason to believe it?
Well, I think the thing that will help us more than anything is if Sanders can win that right tackle job. Purry goes in at guard, and we become a better running team. And if we become a better running team...
Because we've been average.
We've been average, yeah. Then the passing game, I think, will get even better because teams will play us a little bit more honest. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They'll have to dedicate another person to the box or partially into the box or whatnot.
Do you think some of our running woes, though, might be simply because we've tweaked this offense so much that we're not running the ball with nearly the wide splits that we have in the past 4 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much is on the offensive lineman or the running backs. The scheme has...
the wide splits has helped our running game tremendously.
And really this year we're not seeing nearly as many.
Right. You're right. I mean, that's a good point, Tim, and I think that is very much probably the biggest reason why we're not running the ball as well, because we're not dominant. It ain't that we're not playing really well at the position as much as it's...
There's just not as much green for the running backs to run to.
Right. Yeah.
The spacing's not the same.
Yep.
Now, I don't think that's going to change, though.
Right. No.
But I do think, I am with you, though. Sham,
not bad.
Hats off to him. He's played really well, I think, this year. But if you had to say, out of 5 really good ball players, I believe, yes, he's probably the weak link. Yeah. So, slide Purry back down into the guard, put Morey back over to his more natural spot. You automatically become probably better at both guard spots.
Right.
And I gotta say, David Sanders looked in his limited action.
You can see why.
Yeah, you can see why everybody wanted David Sanders.
Right. And he fits this offense fantastic because we love. We probably pull tackles more than any team I've seen. I mean, we're pulling them quite a bit. And we ask him to do some crazy stuff sometimes. And he's crazy athletic. So.
Yeah. A lot of times I've seen people on these film reviews talk about how, man, if this player had just, because we do pull a lot, like you say, more than anybody I've seen, if we just could have got out here and got this guy.
Yeah.
Barely missed him.
David
Sanders is going to get there.
Right. Yeah. If his technique's right and the strength's there,
he's got the athletics there to get there.
I think he will be there.
What else, though, can this offense do? I've been thinking, Bob, as much as anything, our 2 other guys we talked about a minute ago has to become more consistent. Wide receivers, Matthews and Staley.
That is the biggest thing, Tim.
Both
really
have to become more consistent.
They do need to become more consistent. That's my opinion. I think Staley's probably a little closer than Matthews is as far as being consistent. But I think he got a little bit in his head in that game with the punt.
That ruined him for a good 3/4 of the game, I believe.
That affected him, But that was a large part of that. In my opinion, was the punts got him. You know what I mean? But that's probably the biggest thing, Tim, to me.
Huh? Well, so coming out of this, boys, we got Arkansas, Alabama, Kentucky before our next bye. So that's got to be ready. It's our stretch.
Well, guys, remember to like, subscribe, comment. Definitely give some comments on this one because I think this is a fun one to do. hit us up next time and go Vols.
Go Big Orange.